This video is brought to you by Behaviour. Follow us on social media. Let's build and connect together. Today, our topic of discussion is about behavior change theory. That is, along with COMB model, behavior change techniques inside it, basically. So, today we are diving into COMB and behavior change techniques, the science behind why people do or don't change. I have to cover today that is why behavior change matters, the gap between knowledge and action, basically. The COMB model, that is capability, opportunity, motivation into the behavior. Then behavior change techniques, that is taxonomy and classification systems inside it. After that, we will see linking COMB. What is COMB? As we have studied, capability, opportunity, motivation into behavior. And after that, we want to link it into the BCTs. So matching the interventions to barriers. After that, we have practical examples and case studies, and at the end, we have some on hands-on experience on it. Now, why behavior change matters? First of all, let me see that. So 70% of chronic disease are lifestyle related. 50% of patients don't take medications. 30% of health advice actually allowed. So what does this scenario means? It means that the knowledge action gap, people often know what they should do, eat better, exercise, take medication, yet fail to act consistently. Behavior change science asks the question why, and more importantly, how do we bridge that gap with evidence based techniques? So, behavior change theory gives us a systematic lens to understand, to predict, and shift the human behavior to fill that gap, basically. Now, this is COMB model, that is capability, opportunity, motivation into behavior. So, what does it mean? So, a meta framework for behavior change in which C is capability, that is physical and psychological. Then we have a feed into the behavior. After that, opportunity and then motivation. You will see our three concepts, that is capability, motivation, that is automatic and reflective, and opportunity have a common intersection point, that is behavior. So all these concepts are transforming into the behavior. And for behavior to occur deep into these concepts, we break our COMB model. So first of all, there is capability. What does it means? Can the person physically and mentally perform the behavior? Physical capability means that strength and stamina, motor skills and coordinations, physical health and fitness, sensory ability, that is vision, hearing, touch, so on. In psychological capability, if we will see, knowledge and understanding, memory, attention, decision making, self regulation skills, mental health, and cognitive load. So, this is all about capability. That is, can the person physically and mentally perform the behavior or not? For example, a patient knows they should exercise but has arthritis, that is a physical barrier inside it. After that, we have O, that is opportunity. Does the environment allow and support the behavior? So, in physical opportunity, we will see access to resources and tools, time availability, environmental affordness, safe physical settings. And if we are moving toward the social opportunity, we will see here social norms and cultures, peer influence and support, cues in the environment, policy and regulation. For example, a gym member wants to go daily but lacks the childcare and their peers don't exercise. So this is all about the opportunity, that is physical and social. Now we have a motivation. What does it mean? Does the person want to perform the behavior? It has the will to perform it or not, consciously or automatically. So automatic motivation means that habit and routines, impulsive and urges, emotional drives, conditional responses, and if we're moving toward the reflective motivation, so what does it include? Goals and intentions, values and identity, decision making, and self belief. For example, smoker intend to quit, but that is a reflective one. That is, smokers intend to quit, but their habit loop triggers craving automatically. So smokers want to intend to quit the smoking, that is a reflective, but their habit loop triggers the craving automatically. So this is a concept about the automatic motivation with reflective motivation. Then we have behavior change techniques. We will see here BCTs are the active ingredients of behavior change interventions. The BCT taxonomy V1 classify 93 distinct techniques into 16 groupings. Think of a BCTs, that is behavior change techniques, like a pharmaceutical compounds. Each target a specific mechanism of action with COMB model. So if you will see here, 16 BCT groupings, 93 individual techniques in 2013 year of taxonomy. So key BCT groupings includes goals and planning, shaping knowledge, identity, feedback and monitoring, reward and threat, scheduled consequences, social support, regulations, antecedents. Now we will see top BCT groupings explanations. So goal and planning, that is the first thing we have studied earlier. Goals and planning means that we have to set goals, action plans, cope with barriers. Example, I will walk for 30 minutes every morning before work. This is my goal. Feedback and monitoring, it means track the behavior and outcomes. Variables, apps, journals creates awareness and accountability. Track your progress. Social support, leverage the peer, family encouragement. Example, workout buddies, sponsors, support group. Shaping knowledge means provide information about the behavior health links. Example, showing smoking risk data. Reward and threat. Use incentives, gamification, or consequences to reinforce target behavior. And at the end, habit and repetition, that is built automatically through cue routines, reward loops, habit stacking, reduce the friction. So these are the BCT top BCT groupings. Now we will see linking our COMB with BCTs. So match the intervention to the barrier, not a one size fits all approach. What does it mean? We will see here COMB component, that is psychological capability, physical capability, physical opportunity, social opportunity, reflective motivation, automatic motivation. After that, we have studied the barrier examples, that is, does not know how, low fitness level, no gym access, unsupportive peers, low self efficacy, and habit loops. BC grouping, if you will see BCT grouping, so it means shaping the knowledge. And how we can shape the knowledge, we have a example technique here, education session. Goals and planning, and how that by graded task. Restructuring environment, and how that by how work out plan. Social support, and how it work, just like peer buddy system. Identity, how it will shape by self affirmation. Repetition, that is done through habit stacking. After that, we have a case study here, that is 35-year-old smoker who wanted to quit, but has tried and failed 4 times. So, what is a capability gap here? That is lack of a knowledge of NRT options, low self-regulation skills, how BCT improve it, that is information about health consequences plus problem solving. What is the opportunity gap here? That is friends still smoke cigarette easily accessible nearby. So BCT, how BCT overcome it, that is social restructuring plus environmental restructuring. After that, there is a motivation gap, that is habit of a post-meal smoke, beers, weight gain. How BCT improve it, that is habit reversal training along with self-monitoring of outcomes. And at the end, there is a goal setting, that is set a quit date, action plan for cravings, commitment contract. And how BCT will help in it, that is action planning and commitment. So you will see how this scenario help us to convert about that BCM model into the BCTs. Now this is somehow implementation on it, that is hands-on build a COMB behavior map. So in that map we will see apply here the clinical target, that is client target. So we have a code here that is target behavior. First of all, that is daily 30-minute walk. So first step is that you have to define the target behavior. After that, you have to identify COMB barriers that we have studied recently. Use interviews or surveys. And here the barrier is just like capability, opportunity, and motivation. And we have studied all that barriers recently. And then you have to select the BCTs for each barrier. It is for capability, for opportunity, for motivation. We have to set the BCTs for each of that barrier. And at the end, we can measure and iterate. Just like that, we can overcome this issue, we can transform, we can bridge a gap. After that, there's some practical implementations, that is BCTs in digital health. MyFitnessPal, Noom, Headspace, Quit Genius, Strava, Nuge apps, all these are the applications of that. And the behavior change wheel at the end. If you now after that we have a behavior change wheel, and what does it mean? It has the following steps. First of all, education, then we have a persuasion, then we have a incentivizations, then we have a coercion, training, restriction, environmental restructuring, modeling, and enablement. So all these things are included into the behavior change wheel that help individual to fill the gaps. Now it is just a measuring behavior change success, that is self-report surveys, in which you will see here pre-post UMB questionnaires. Then we have object tracking here, that is by using the variable app usage log and lab values. And then we have a behavioral questions, that is direct or video observation protocol, and we have a ecological momentary, that is real-time mobile data capture. So all these things measures before intervening. You cannot improve what you don't measure. So this is just a behavior analysis of that. At the end, we will see common pitfall to avoid. So common mistakes are that only providing information, assuming one barrier exists. So how we can improve? First point, that is only providing information. So we have to pair with motivation along with the BCT's goal setting. After that, we have here assuming one barrier exists. So we can overcome it by conduct the CUMB analysis across the 6 components. Then same BCTs for everyone, how to improve it, tailored to individuals, UMB profile. Then no feedback loop, how we overcome it by including the self-monitoring along with review mechanism. And then we have a ignoring context and culture, that is just like to access the social opportunity barriers bit first. And at the end, we have a setting, abstraction, and how to overcome it by using the SMART goals with specific implementation plans. After that, we have just a key takeaways, that is COMB identify why people don't change. And we have here capability, opportunity, or motivation barrier. After that, we have study here PCTs are specific, that is evidence-based techniques that addresses each COMB model. That is, it fill the gap. Then always diagnose before prescribing. We have a run-up COMB analysis before choosing your BCTs. Then measure the behavior change with validated tools, pre and post intervention, and then stacking multiple BCTs increases effectiveness. Education alone rarely work. So this is all that we have studied. First of all, we have studied that thing, that is UMB, then BCT, then behavior change, health psychology, and all that things. So I hope this session is clear. In the next session, we will move forward to our next lecture. Thank you. Have a great time. Bye.